linebacker role.
The talent in that room, the guys who return, Omar Graham, Blake, so on and so forth, what has stood out to you about what they did in the spring and how they've kind of fit into the new scheme?
You know, I think the guys who are returning, Omar, Blake, Juice, have all done a tremendous job embracing what the new scheme is all about. And then really welcoming the guys who are new to the room into the room. You know, there wasn't any of the, you know, I think from the outside there could be an idea of like there would be some pushback or animosity anytime you bring in guys transferring in, playing the same position or role, but there's been none of that. You know, there's a real maturity in our room. I think everybody understands it's going to take the whole room for us to be successful, and you know, it's like I said, it's been a fun group to be.
How versatile does this room need to be? Obviously, multiple positions, but just so versatile across the board. How flexible and manageable are all these positions? How much do they have to do on the edge, inside the box? How flexible do they have to be?
No, that's a great question. So, you know, there is the element of the guy that plays the Sam for us, and that's what we call the linebacker that will be on the line of scrimmage. That guy has to have some multiplicity to his game. I mean, he's got to be a pass rusher. He's got to be an on-the-line scrimmage player at times, but he also has to have the ability to play off the ball in our true 3-3 presentations. The Mike and the Will, those two positions are generally off-the-ball positions, so those positions are a little bit more interchangeable, a little bit more traditional linebacker for those spots. What I want from our room is to have as much flexibility as we can possibly have. That's what creates the depth. So we're going to be able to have guys that know how to play 2 or 3 different positions within the room. So that way, as the season goes on, you're making decisions on who are the best 3, and then who are the next best 3, regardless of what position they play.
Which player or players kind of fit, skill set wise, fit that Sam concept?
Well, we're fortunate that we have 3 or 4 guys that I think can all really play that on the line of scrimmage spot. Steph has done that in his past. So Steph Thompson's a guy that has some experience playing that role. Elijah Herring has done that in his past, although he hasn't done that a lot with us to this point. And then this spring, I was really, really impressed by both Juice and Omar when they were on the line of scrimmage. So I think we're going to have some depth at that spot. And now it's just a matter of finding, which combinations give us the best opportunities to be the best linebacker unit that we can be.
You really saw Omar kind of come into his own later down the stretch of last season. Do you think that there's even a bigger step that he can take in terms of his productivity this year?
Yeah, I thought Omar started to play much better as the season went on, like you said, a year ago. And I think a lot of that has to do with just reps and staying healthy. He'd been a guy that unfortunately had some injury issues that he had to overcome the first couple of years that he was really kind of in the rotation here at linebacker, and knock on wood, at this point he's been healthy, and I'm excited for him because it's going to be the first opportunity he really has to have a full off season, a full spring, and hopefully what will be a full fall camp going into the season.
How valuable has Steph been as a bridge to the system and knowledge of what Tony does?
Steph has been critical in terms of not only helping the other guys in the room, but also been great for me, because he has a lot of the background from the last 3 or 4 years of why we might do things the way we do them, and some of the fine details that go within it. And it's been super critical for our room's development. And he's been like a third coach on our linebacker staff because he does have the depth of knowledge to be able to help out.
When you were talking about Sam, you said Elijah's played in the past, but he's not really doing much for you guys. What is Elijah for you guys, and why do you guys value him so much as a transfer?
Well, he's played a lot more Mike for us, and that was one of the things he wanted. That was one of the reasons he picked to come to Florida State, was he wanted the opportunity to be an off-the-ball player, to make the calls, kind of really round out his game. And I told him, you come here, we're going to provide you that opportunity to be in that role. And he's really done a great job with it. I know he has the on-the-ball skill set, and maybe we use some of that as we move forward. But right now, he's focused on being an off-the-ball backer, and that's kind of where we're at with it.
After 13 spring practices, how many different things can this defense do from a formation standpoint that Tony can throw at you guys? 3-3, 3-4, 4-3, so on and so forth.
Well, it's the strength of the defense is the multiplicity and the flexibility within it. We can present a lot of different fronts, a lot of different structures by using our personnel, and then just by kind of the fronts that are built in with it. So I think, you know, it's limitless in terms of what we're really able to do. It's just how much can our guys truly handle, and to this point, they've done a great job of that. Awesome.